Trey Gowdy anywhere right now. Who won tonight?
I'm biased. I support Senator Rubio. I think anyone.
Yeah, very early on. And now, why?
He's right on the issues that I care the most about. I've had a relationship with him since Jim DeMint introduced us in 2010, and he presents our message in a persuasive, aspirational way that I think is important.
He's very good at debates. Ted Cruz is no slouch in these debates. But on the citizenship stuff that the Donald Trump was raising, is there any there?
I don't think so. I was actually fascinated because I was a mediocre lawyer, but I did it for a long time.
I never know in those Benghazi hearings. Right?
I think those legal issues are interesting, but that law was settled 100 years ago.
But isn't it really about Congressman just providing a seed of doubt? In other words, if you're close, let's say you're looking at Cruz, you're looking at Rubio, you're looking at Trump. I'd love to support this Cruz guy, but I understand there might be a legal fight over whether he's a citizen or not. Isn't that what this is about?
Well, I think if we were going to raise that issue, we should have done it with Barry Goldwater, who was born in what was not a state, or John McCain, or George Romney. I do support Senator Rubio, and I would defend Senator Cruz as that being a non-legal issue. So as a lawyer...
So you don't think it's a real big issue for him? There are other issues for you, but...
it was fun to watch, but I don't think it's a serious legal issue.
With Rubio, the question is can he break out past these two guys? Because lately it's been Cruz, Trump, Cruz, Trump. How's he going to do that?
I think in South Carolina, the more people get to know him. I mean, he's so good on national security. He's great on rebuilding the defense, which is important in South Carolina. He was really good on the Second Amendment. I think people are frustrated and they are angry, and there's a reason for that. But all of that frustration and anger should be channeled into winning in 2016. And the fact that Marco can say something...
fight a lot, though, Congressman. Do you think they can all gather around and do the Woodstock thing and hug it at the end? Because I wonder.
I do, because there's too much at stake not to do it. I'm going to support the nominee. If my person is not the nominee, I'm still going to support the nominee.
So you'd still support Donald Trump?
I'm going to support the nominee because our weakest candidate is better than their strongest candidate.
So what did you make of Nikki Haley? Some were surprised that she zinged Donald Trump. Do you get a sense that that's going to be a problem, that was an unnecessary problem, a self-inflicted wound, when she should have responded to the president, and then she just threw him into the mix? He was pretty ticked off.
He was, but, Governor Haley is not afraid of anyone or anything, which is why she's so popular in South Carolina.
Did she mix the message, though, Congress?
That night everybody thought she'd done a great job, and then 24 hours later, they were kind of recalibrating. This is a tough environment. Right? This is a tough line of work, and if everybody likes you on Thursday night, they may not like you on Friday morning.
Well, you knew that experience at firsthand. The hearings, a lot of people were saying, all right, Gowdy's got to deliver a knockout blow here, and after all those hours, well, we're amazed by your legal skills and ability to parlay this and go after her. Maybe the mainstream media attention, all that they said, in the end, didn't lay a glove on her. What do you make of that?
I think the smoking gun is the fact that she had her own unique server arrangement.
And that, ironically, could be her real Achilles heel, huh?
But the world we live in, Neil, I mean, once people know that she had her own server, that's no longer the smoking gun. I mean, but go back 2 years ago. If you were told that a Benghazi committee would find her emails that nobody else found Chris Stevens' emails that nobody else found, and Patrick Kennedy, Susan Rice's, you would say they did a great job. Those are all home runs. It's just...
But it's like people almost want to say... this will only carry currency, I think, and I think you raise a number of great issues, to your point. If the FBI acts on this or recommends taking action to the Justice Department, what do you think happens if that happens, Congressman, but the Justice Department doesn't act?
Well, there's one jury that our framers gave us every 4 years in November, and the fact that DOJ may or may not do something, the voters can certainly mete out their own discipline. And, to Senator Rubio's point, the mishandling of information, the decision to have your own server, whether or not there's any criminality, the jury can judge that. The voters can judge that. there are lots of forms of
Are you
consequences.
surprised she's having a devil of a time in Iowa and New Hampshire? She might lose both those states. She might not be the nominee.
Am I surprised? No, I am not surprised.
How was she to you personally afterwards, the hearing and everything else?
I've only met her once, and she was really cordial. Cheryl Mills and Uma Abedin said that they were both treated respectfully by our committee.
Yeah.
Her husband's administration hired me to be a federal prosecutor. So it wasn't the Republicans, it was the Democrats that hired me. They may regret that decision, but they did. I've only met her once, and it was for about 30 seconds. So it's hard to
maybe
judge
11 or 12 hours in a certain hearing.
Well, it wasn't just all of us. and I had Elijah in this ear.
Oh, man. And you guys get along? Elijah Cummings,
We only fight when the camera's on.
Oh, come on. All right. Well, very good seeing you, Congressman.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You did a great
beautiful
job
and
tonight.
hospitable state.
Well, you did a
I appreciate
fantastic
that.
job tonight.
Thank you very, very much.